Hello people, I am the Real Comic Book Gamer. Today I'm going to be counting down my top 5 favorite fights in superhero animated movies. Now this is not including the TV shows, and this is not including the DC shorts they did when they released the Superman and Shazam vs. Black Adam movie. You know, those had a ton of shorts and they had a ton of awesome fights, but I don't consider those, because they're not like full-length movies. So yeah, animated movies, let's start it off with number 5, which is Joker vs. Deadshot in the Assault on Arkham movie. Now this fight was awesome. It was so cool, and like Joker was just being Joker because he started out all creepy like because they crashed a helicopter into a building, and then Joker just disappeared and you see Deadshot, and Deadshot gets stabbed a lot during this fight. Like there is a lot of blood, but it's just really cool and brutal. And how Deadshot won, I don't know, like because he got stabbed so much, he lost a lot of blood, but in the end Joker ended up falling off of the building. So yeah, it was just a really cool fight. It was a short fight, but it was still really cool, and I really enjoyed it. And number 4 is the Avengers versus the Hulk in the Ultimate Avengers animated movie. Now, this movie wasn't very good, but the ending fight between the Hulk and the Avengers was awesome. It was so cool seeing Hulk just beat the crap out of the Avengers, and it was very bleak. It was some dark times for the Avengers. Like, Hulk was just killing everything, like just taking out all the Avengers. It was really cool, and so like it was a huge scale battle. It was very dark, and I just love seeing Hulk just going on a rampage, and the Avengers just throw everything they could, but they couldn't stop him. They threw everything they could at Hulk, but they couldn't stop him until like the very end, to where Betty was able to calm him down a bit. It was really cool seeing how it was done, because Black Widow was able to hit him with the syringe that would calm him down, and then Betty was able to get him to come back to Bruce Banner, and that was just really cool. So many awesome fights, like because you had like the Hulk versus Thor fight, the Hulk versus Captain America fight, and then you had like all of them fighting him at once. It was just really cool to see, and I loved the fight. Number 3 is Green Lantern versus Sinestro in the Green Lantern First Flight movie. It was really good. This was another big scale battle. Like, prior to this fight, Sinestro had killed so many Green Lanterns. Like, you saw a ton of Green Lantern rings falling from the sky because, their owners were dead. It was brutal. Like, so many Green Lanterns died, and then Hal was able to harness like the energy of the Green Lantern, like actual giant lantern on Oa, and able to go up there and fight him. And it was really cool because Sinestro had just taken out everyone in his way prior to that fight, and then they gave you that cool shot of like the fight from Oa, like, because you saw that the people were on Oa looking up because Sinestro and Hal were fighting above Oa, and all you saw was like green and yellow just clashing, like sort of like fireworks, and it just looked really cool. And the ending battle was just so good, and it was everything I wanted from like a Green Lantern fight. Sadly, we didn't get that in his live action movie, but it was so cool to see, and just a really, really good fight. And I wish DC would make more animated Green Lantern movies, since we're not really gonna get, a Green Lantern live action movie for a while. So yeah, that was just a really awesome fight. And number 2 is Snake Eyes versus Storm Shadow in the G.I. Joe Resolute movie. Now, I know a lot of you guys probably have not seen that, so I have links in the description to watch all these fights on YouTube, and this is definitely one I recommend you check out. It's awesome. It's very brutal and epic, and somewhat emotional too, because Storm Shadow absolutely hates Snake Eyes because he feels like Snake Eyes took his family away from him, sort of, because Snake Eyes was favored by his uncle, and his uncle was the head of the Arashikage clan, the clan where Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow trained at, and he was just not happy about that. His uncle never taught him the 7th step of the secret martial arts form, and he thought he only taught like Snake Eyes like 4 or 5 steps. He didn't think he taught Snake Eyes all the steps, but it turns out during the fight he did, and Snake Eyes kills him with it. But anyways, the fight is really cool. It starts off with swords, then it moves on to the fist fight, and again, really brutal. Like, Snake Eyes gets a sword straight through his hand, like straight through it. He does that to redirect like the shot, because Storm Shadow's going to stab him, and he puts his hand out there to stop it, to redirect it, and it was really cool. It's just awesome seeing 2 martial artists go at it, and like these 2 brothers. It was awesome. And yes, I know a lot of you might not consider that a comic book superhero movie, but I do, because it took more inspiration from the comics than the TV show, and it's G.I. Joe, a real American hero. They are superheroes because they're doing stuff that's out of the ordinary, and they're heroes. So that's how I consider it. But yeah, the fight is amazing, and you should definitely check it out. And number 1 is Batman vs. Red Hood in Batman Under the Red Hood. Now, this is the final fight between Batman and Red Hood. It's so emotional, and like there's so much at stake, and it's awesome. Just seeing like the dialogue alone for this fight is awesome, and it takes place like all over Gotham. They start down in that alley, they go up to the top of a church, they go to a bathroom, and it ends up with that Joker. It's just really cool, like how everything went down. The fighting was just awesome, and he finally takes his mask off. Like, yeah, I am Jason Todd, even though Batman knew that already. He finally got to see his face again, and just so good. It was such a good fight to an awesome movie. It capped off an awesome movie. The fight was so good and awesome, and my favorite animated fight that I've ever seen in any superhero animated movie. It was just amazing, and I'm pretty sure all of you guys have seen it and would probably agree with me that it is one of the best, if not the best, animated superhero movie fight. It's so good. And so yeah, those are my top 5 favorite superhero animated movie fights. Please let me know yours in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like.